Hello, hello. Hi, Valeria. How are you doing?
Hello, hi Begonia. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, here we are. Me, myself, and AI. This is a powerful moment we have together with the community, Net for Tech, and all the friends over the different channels. We are now, sending. And I think a lovely day, sunny day, and still a new day where in the world of AI, we have so much to share, right?
As always, it never sleeps. You close your eyes, you blink, and then there are 10 new tools and 10 new reports and one another regulation.
Yeah, this is a kind of challenging time, a very exciting time for all change makers and innovators, and at the same time, a very challenging time for everyone who is dealing this high-speed new evolution and developments, and at the same time, leading with the normal daily job and our current challenges we have beside all those developments, right? But I'm very happy that we're here today. This is for everyone who is now joining for the first time, maybe a short intro so that they know where they are and who we are. So we have created this space together now for many months because we started in February, right, of this year. And this is the space where we want to share the latest trends and happenings in the world of AI, specifically Gen AI, where we also tackle one specific topic because we have developed a leadership roadmap in AI with 9 different topics. So we tackle one topic in a very specific way each month. This month is going to be governance and ethics. I think a very important topic for all the users in AI. And yeah, we do that together with the Net4Tech community and a wonderful woman beside the other right. So at that place, Valeria. And yeah, we'd like to say you hello, Valeria. Maybe you want to introduce yourself as well for the
Yeah,
audience.
of course. Thank you, Begonia. I'm happy to be here today and happy to run this AI leadership roadmap with you, alongside you. I'm AI trainer, AI consultant. In the past, I used to work at data analytical consulting, and then I transitioned into starting my own business. And now I'm consulting companies on how to identify use cases, and also I'm doing the AI upskilling for them. So, we will talk today about AI UX and how AI literacy is the cornerstone of this regulation. So that's what I'm helping companies with. And Begonia, over to you.
Yeah, my name is Begonia Merayo. I'm the founder of the community Net for Tech, a business consultant in the topic of digital transformation, innovation, and leadership with the lenses of equity. Because everything we do to bring more women into leadership positions in the specifically technology environments. AI is part of my current daily life and part of my innovation DNA and curiosity. And I'm very happy that we are counting on you, Valeria, to showcase all this potential we have now, because intelligence is not something exclusively human today. It's something that we can exponentially multiply and develop with this new intelligence. And having said that, I will say maybe let's start with the topics for today and what we want to see as
Absolutely. So
yeah.
today, as usually in this me myself AI life goals, we will start with a couple of updates. So what's new in AI? We typically cover like new features or tools, but also some regulations or some major news that are happening that happened in the past months. Then we will go in and discuss actually something about ethical AI leadership and governance. So what does it mean? and how companies are addressing it. We will touch on AI Act as well. And then we will introduce you AI leadership roadmap. So the ninth deep dive that we will run at the end of this month. Just to start with some updates, and this is an exciting one. So ChatGPT launched Atlas, and Atlas is an AI browser. Actually, Bigoni and I, we were just running a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a session for like deep dive number 8, and I already introduced it there. But it's just super powerful. It's amazing. It's like having your AI assistant, having your ChatGPT coming with you on every tab that you are in, and helping you summarize video, like draft something, and do even things on your behalf. So it's very interesting. Currently, there are three of them actually already. There is another AI browser from Comet, Perplexity Comet. There is now one from ChatGPT, Atlas, and even Copilot launched. So Microsoft launched one, uh, Edge, powered by Copilot as well. So you can literally engage on all of the different platforms with your AI tools with those browsers now.
Yeah, this is an incredible development. I don't know how many of our listeners today are using already this GPT Atlas or Perplexity in the browser, because it's a completely new experience. I was one of the early adopters as well. And okay, you need to readapt because you start almost from the scratch with one single topic that there is very convenient, right? And it's setting all the passwords for the sites you use in a regular base. So take a look at that once you are applying the or you are downloading and implementing the Atlas in your browser or the Perplexity or other.
Great. Thank you, Begonia. And let's look at the next one. So the next one is also exciting. It's about Claude. Claude is another popular chatbot, just as ChatGPT. So it's by the company's Anthropic, and especially it's used for example, tasks like coding or copywriting. And now they introduce skills. So it's like you can teach Claude different skills. For example, copywriting skills. You literally go in the chat and you can start writing that, hey, create a skill, to write LinkedIn posts in my brand voice. And then Claude is going to ask you a couple of questions. For example, hey, what is your brand voice? Can you share some examples with me? What's your goals on LinkedIn? And so on and so on. Then it will be like an iterative process. You're going to reply, and then it's going to create a skill which is reusable across chats. So next time, for example, you need to write a LinkedIn post, you simply open a new chat and you say that, hey, write about it. I was last week at the conference, there was this and this and this insights. Can you put it nicely in a LinkedIn post? And then it's going to use this skill that you taught it to write in your style and in your format. And imagine, like, use cases, I think, are unlimited, right? It's not just copywriting skills, it's literally anything you can think of that you wished AI knew or could do. And this is something you can teach it, right? So I think it's very powerful, currently available only in Claude, but I'm sure something similar will be soon coming to also ChatGPT, Gemini, maybe Copilot. Have you tried skills yet, Begonia? You're still on mute?
This is on my bucket list to try it in an interactive way as well, together with the new capabilities of Claude, especially because we are now working on a new project with the community Net for Tech, where we are going to bring the community into a new platform. I think it's going to be a good double check on our development for this project. So for everyone listening, I will share some insights and learning in the community of practice we have with our AI leadership roadmap, maybe this week already.
Great. So what else? These are the tool updates, and probably there's many, right? So we're not covering every one of them, but the major ones. Otherwise, apart from those tools, there is something that OpenAI recently announced. They actually hired people from major banks, from Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, and so on, to actually train their models. And why? Because they are thinking about, well, helping bank employees to sort of deal with more manual or more junior tasks, which is great. On the other hand, we can think about, okay, what happens with those junior employees that do not need to do those tasks like data analytics tasks or presentation creation tasks, right? And this is also, I think, where coming into this ethical discussions, what's true, what's wrong. So we definitely see the trend that those bigger companies, bigger AI labs, are developing more specialized solutions for different industries to support them, right? Not just ChatGPT that suits it all. On the other hand, we should think about, okay, that's a great productivity boost for those companies, but what happens with those senior employees, right? Begonia, what do you think about it?
This is a major issue actually for everyone, and this is a topic that is now kind of in every mouth in the companies and being at talent as well, right? Because if you just keep the first the entry positions for all the new talents coming from the university, it's like an scaring. It's very challenging, right? Not only for the companies, they take this kind of approach in a very pragmatical and profitability way, but it's really a huge challenging for the talents because you need to come into the company in order to be able to develop your skills and integrate you in your team. But for sure, you need new capabilities today. So coming into a company as a young talent, we definitely need to have the AI skills and the capability to adopt them in the normal job in your current environment where you are going to be. So yes, huge issue, and all those examples, I think they are the reality, but they are need to go forward because the company has as well a responsibility. Apparently, we have a problem with the mic. I'm gonna check if there is mine. I'm going to put it in.
Yeah. Thank you, Begonia. So definitely an issue, and yeah. Also, those of you who are listening to us right now, feel free to write in the comments. What do you think about it? So, how will the future look like in your perspective? So, what do we do with those junior jobs, and how do we make juniors seniors? If all of their tasks can be done with AI. So I think it's really a major issue right now, not just in obviously finance industry, but many other industries as well. Great. So let's go to the next one. And European Commission launched two AI strategies. I think this is exciting because we always talk about that, EU being somewhat behind like US and Asia in terms of AI adoption and AI model development and so on and so on. Well, European Commission launched two strategies. One is FI AI strategy. It's to accelerate the AI adoption and AI uptake in the key industries, and key industries being, pharma and manufacturing, automotive. In fact, there is a big list of such industries, and you can read about it on the European Commission website itself. And basically, it's to promote the creation of those models, of the AI models and training, and also AI literacy initiatives in these areas. The second one is about science. So it's about powering science within, of course, artificial intelligence realm, which is powered by, I think, the initiative called RACE. Not even the initiative; it's more like the resource for AI in science in Europe, and it provides also a lot of information. It provides like a tool or pool of different resources that all scientists can now access, and institutions can now access, that work on developing those AI models. So I think it's very exciting. Like personally, I'm super excited. We know that Europe is a bit behind in the whole AI race globally, but we also know how we emphasize data privacy and security and trust, and that of course might become our differentiator. What do you think about it, Begonia? What's your take on it?
This is just great. We definitely have a lot of competence and a lot of um, great solutions in Europe for AI, and we definitely need to bring more speed on that. And for sure, is one thing is the strategies on how to leverage the power of AI and the implementation and get more intelligence into not only the big companies but also the SMEs and the independent professionals. But it's also as well how to navigate through the regulation, right? Because one point is how can I speed the implementation and at the same time be sure that I am AI Act conform, right? Working on that direction. We know that the AI Act um, works with a classification of risk, right? You have to take a look at your projects, your AI-driven projects or solutions or tools you apply in your company, or you are even applying with your clients, or even selling forward to another target group. And the complete AI Act supports the further development on this first classification of risk, if there is minimal, middle, high, or super, super high risk, right? And I like as well these tools. They are now available. I know that from the German market. I'm going to put it as well in the chat. But you have the AI risk navigator available from the TÜV lab. So it's a very, I think, user-friendly tool. You can go with your project and check the classification of the risk and check as well um, how do you can really develop the tool and implement them and use it forward for your own needs or for your clients' needs. And Bitcoin is also working on that because they also have a kind of executions guideline or masterpiece or framework to according the AI regulation. And I think this is good to have that, so that we have the speed from one part with the strategy, and for the other part, you have the tools that help you to double check I am on track and I am on the secure place to go forward and to keep on working on the AI implementation.
Thank you. Thank you, Begonia. So please share the tools in the chat. I think they can really help many of the business leaders, right, to access their AI risks and to start thinking about AI, wider AI policy. Great. So, what else? Actually, I found this one really interesting report, which aligns, I guess, also with our overall topics with AI adoption and AI development in different countries. So, there's a new Microsoft's AI diffusion report. In fact, it's just from like a couple of days ago, and I really recommend you all at least taking a glimpse at it. And so there was again like interesting, we always talk in this series about how different AI adoption is in different countries and so on, right? And of course in developing countries it's much higher as compared to developed countries. And for example here we also see that the adoption in the sort of like global north, right, is higher than global south. I think it's also expected, nothing new. We also seen that, of course, AI, Gen AI tools are powered by infrastructure, like the computing power. That's what we all need data centers to actually be able to use even ChatGPT. And we have seen that there is a huge digital infrastructure gap. Right. And this is, in fact, a major barrier as well for AI adoption or development of AI models. And there is another like very interesting one inside that also aligns with those why Europe is sort of might be behind in this AI race, is that the compute capacity is currently almost like a monopoly, or not a monopoly, but it's like over 80% are concentrated in the US and China, two regions. I think it's something also to think about for, for Europe, for European Union, not just invest in the science and in the talents around AI, but also to invest in the infrastructure, so that we actually have enough compute power to run those new models. Great. And now let's talk about the deep dive of our the session of this month, and typically we're showing a lot of different use cases and tools and so on. But this time we will just, want to discuss with you and bring you up to speed on a couple of like ethical AI and governance topics that are nowadays being discussed. And Begonia already started telling about AIU Act, right? So why it was developed, and basically, again, just to summarize, since this year the companies are, it's mandatory to first provide AI literacy training to, if the companies are employing AI systems and if the employees are using these AI systems. And AI system is just, being a ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot license that you have in your company. If you do have, you are obliged to provide a training for your employees to know what AI is, how to work with it, what kind of data to use. That's the first. Second, the companies must develop AI policies, and it doesn't have to be like all over complicated, right? You just can take one of the templates also available online, but also, of course, also maybe rely on your data policy if you already have one, or just thinking about, okay, how do employees, how they can interact with those tools, right? What kind of data can they upload in those tools? What kind of tools are on the allowed tools list, and what kind of are, shadow AI, shadow IT that are not allowed? So AI literacy, AI policy, and third is AI repository. I think also a very important one. I was at the AI week in Frankfurt here last week, and there was a lot of also discussions about governance, about companies that actually start building this AI repository, which is nothing else as simply classifying all these tools that you have and thinking whether there is an AI component in those tools, and classifying the risk, as Begonia was mentioning, and accessing this risk. And I think the big challenge what I see companies are facing is maintaining it, because AI tools develop so fast, right? And we are not like, there are many companies now that start using agents, agentic AI, and these tools can go very easily from medium risk to high risk, just by almost by themselves, right? So I think the issue is not just to classify what you have now, but rather how to keep it up to date, right? How to keep all of the whole inventory or AI repository of the tools and systems that I have and use cases connected with AI, how to keep all of them up to date, and how to ensure that the risks are always correctly assessed. Good. I think, Begonia, you shared already the two tools, so I think it will be very useful also for those especially who are approaching it right now in their own companies. And just make sure that you do follow these regulations, because obviously for the companies that do not do it, it's there is also quite big fines as well. Yeah, and maybe another one as well about the governance, right? So essentially what we want to achieve is, again, like, it doesn't matter in Europe or on your company level, what you should think about is how to align AI initiatives with business goals, but also with without hurting trust, right? And trust of the employees, but also trust of your other stakeholders, all of your stakeholders, trust of the clients and suppliers, and so on. And of course, AI now like plays a big role in all of our day-to-day communications and company processes, and therefore it's important to have this kind of rules, right? So I think also this is the picture that you see on the slide on the right side. I've taken it also from the last week conference, where like you've got to put trust in the middle and design around it. So we want to design AI systems, or if we use AI systems, we want it to be responsible, right, without damaging trust. And and how to do it, it's something that we are going to be discussing as well in this month's deep dive. Begonia, do you have something to add about responsible AI governance topics, why it is so important, or if you see now companies like struggling with it or approaching it?
This is a huge issue because this is something where we see companies that are paralyzed and they don't move forward because they don't have the answers to those questions, right? And it's about governance, it's about regulation, it's about ethical, open questions And I think the most critical ones are regulations, right, and governance, so compliance. And I think for that is like we need to have the strategy right, and we need to be aware of the risk associated with. And if you have the good strategy on one part and the risk on the other part, plus the overall, yeah, I would say frame how you want to work with within your organization, and you treat it as high responsibility as well of the company, you will get it. But definitely, this is something we are going to see in detail in our deep dive this month. And this is why we definitely set that topic in the month of November as the topic, because you need to feel comfortable once you are exploring all these opportunities provided by AI.
Great. So, and that's why we're coming into the AI leadership roadmap. And actually, in fact, our final deep dive, which is deep dive number 9, sorry, which is exactly about ethical AI leadership and governance. Gonia, do you want to introduce what the AI leadership roadmap is actually all about?
Oh yes, this is really very exciting leadership roadmap. We started in February actually, and what we want to reach with that is definitely to help you to become an AI leader, confident using the different tools and opportunities to develop your own projects to increase your productivity and creativity in a confident way, right? And for that, we have identified these 3 pillars for your success, which are starting with those streams where we can go into the dialogue and interaction of these YouTube and LinkedIn lives. And we speak about the trends, we speak about the topic, and we set a little bit the foundation that you will develop in a deep dive workshop of 90 minutes we will hold at the end of the month. So we have found this periodicity. Valeria saying, okay, the stream is on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, and the deep dive is the last week of the month on Tuesday in the afternoon. So we meet there at 7:30 until 19 p.m. CET, and we go really deep with the best cases and very pragmatical, and with the Notion book where you get all the prompts and all the input you need to keep on going and keep on developing your own project using the tools we present there. And then we have, I will say this is the best of this community of practice based today in a LinkedIn group and close LinkedIn group where we invite every participant of each individual topic or for the whole program to be part of, and to share their experiences, their learning, their open questions, and also we get some new inspirations from things that we haven't tackled in the workshop that they are using. So a very rich and holistic approach on how we want to support you to become the leader on AI. You definitely need to be today, tomorrow. And I think AI is here to stay, right? So let's make the AI an amplifier of our capabilities and enjoy the ride, because as Dr. Professor Dr. Jasmine Weiss says always, what about if your day have 26, 27, 28 hours instead 25? Because you gain so much time for other tasks and other activities you want to do with yourself, with your family, with your friends, right? So I think this is very inspirational. Everyone has their own motivation why I'm going into that, but we say it doesn't matter what is your motivation. Come with us, be part of this leadership roadmap with focus on AI, and yeah, enjoy as well this learning together with the community and together with Valeria and with myself. And for me, I will just close this stream, inviting everyone who will be in Lisbon for the Web Summit to join us as well, because we are going to be there on stage with a masterclass where we are going as well to present an agent solving all the open questions about how we connect today and how can I really make the best of the connections I do during the Web Summit with this great agent. It's going to support me on the best CRM and building really relationships with all those persons we are going to be there. And we have a community space as well where we meet with all the women in tech. And we also have many different touch points in the German pavilion, in the Spanish pavilion. So we will be there together with Katerina Andreeva, with Ginia and myself and many others joining from other countries. So happy to tell you about that in the next stream taking place in December.
Great. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you, Valeria. See you next time. I'm gonna put as well the link to join our deep dive in the chat. And yeah, looking forward to see you very soon in Lisbon or digitally as well on the Tuesday, last Tuesday of the month, with the next AI deep dive. You will see all the details in the chat. Enjoy your day.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.